These days, a lot of organizations are running strategy planning days or leadership offsites, and as a business strategist, I'm often engaged to facilitate these sessions on their behalf. And so I work with senior leadership teams to help them connect up the dots, challenge their thinking, but most of all, come up with a really strong plan over the next 12 months that turns really great ideas in the room to real-world results inside the organization. And given the fast pace of change that we're all living through right now, I do advocate a 12-month sprint to convert larger term strategies to really execute on mission. So the challenging thing is, once you've done all the hard work during the day, the bad news is that that's when the real work begins. Because as soon as you release that strategy into the organization, the chances of it failing are massive. Now, that doesn't mean that the strategy is inherently bad. No, I mean, the senior leadership team put a lot of time and cognitive effort into figuring out which way they need to point the organization to achieve bigger picture goals. It's just that when that strategy gets released inside the organization, it's met with the complexities and the nuances of that organization. And that's what ends up stalling the strategy. So what I like to do when I run these sessions is that before we leave the room, we're going to pressure test the strategy. So I fire off questions like, where will friction occur naturally inside the organization? Which silo might struggle with this? Which metric contradicts the strategy? Where could decision rights slow things down? And how do we better equip the middle layer to translate this into action? Now, as much as I'd love to work with every single organization out there to help them execute their strategy, I simply don't have the capacity to do so given all my keynote speaking, my training, my executive coaching activities. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've distilled the key drivers of strategy execution into a practical checklist. And this is the same thing that I use when I work with senior leadership teams to facilitate their strategy days. So the checklist is available on my website. You can go there and download it completely for free. Don't even have to put in your email address. And what it'll let you do is you can run your strategy through that lens. Go through the checklist and compare your strategy, and it will highlight all these little blind spots that you might not have even thought of when trying to execute your strategy inside your organization. It's a really powerful tool that you can really help to drive strategy forward and really execute on some really great ideas that you've invested an entire day planning. So go ahead to my website, download the checklist, and if you want more support in implementing your strategy and executing it within your organization, you know where to find me. All right, I hope this serves you well to go make tomorrow better than today.